Hey everybody, it's Rise Meadow, and this time we're going to talk about maintenance overall. So now that your meadow is getting established, so the first year, second year, you may not do anything as far as maintenance of mowing or anything else other than watching for invasives or things coming up. Once you get into your third year and then beyond, you want to think about what you're going to do as far as mowing. Otherwise, you're going to be having some, trees and woody plants coming up. You won't need a brush hog. A mower can deal with, 3-year-old, young stem elements coming up. So what we've chosen to do here, and this is based on Doug Tallamy, and I've talked about his books. He has several books out about managing whole ecosystems on your property, so look up Doug Tallamy. But one of his recommendations, if you have a meadow, especially an acre or more, is to mow it in thirds, or half at least. And that way what you're doing is leaving winter habitat for birds and other animals to have winter cover, have seed during the big snowstorms. When we had the 42-inch snow, this whole area was covered with some of the plants that we have here in their seed heads, and birds just all over them. So you also want to think about insects. So praying mantis, when they lay their egg pods and things on the sides of stems, those need to winter over. So if you mow, they will all be gone. So leave areas where you can have some protective areas and some habitat for these different species. You can also do controlled burns. Controlled burns are very costly. There are some wonderful people in this area who do controlled burns. And so as far as liability, that's not a concern. There's many areas in Jefferson County, many entities that do controlled burns. We have done one here. We did one when we were 3 years out. And the burn went all the way up to the house that you see, and was pretty successful. There were some issues with some species. We may have done it too soon. So it's just things to consider of how you want to manage. But a lot of the federal agencies, land management agencies, Park Service, Forest Service, Fish and Wildlife Service, are really relying strongly on mowing and mowing practices. So what we do here is leave an area, 1/3 of our meadow that is not mowed for the winter time. The next area that we mow in the spring. We'll mow as soon as we can once things begin to emerge. The cold season grasses, we'll mow in late February, early March, and then we'll mow in May. When we mow in May, I will walk in front of the tractor to look for ground nesting birds and box turtles, which we have a lot out here. So it's things to consider. Some people say, no, you should only mow in October because of the species coming out for nesting and beginning to emerge out into their habitats in the springtime. For us, it's a blend of what we want in a meadow. So consider of whether you want a meadow for ground nesting birds, whether you want something for pollinators, whether you want to mix, and the flowers and the seeds and things that you're trying to help emerge from the grasses. So if you have cold season grasses, you're going to need to mow in the springtime. So those are just some considerations for overall maintenance. Thank you for joining us for this series, and we hope to maybe offer you more in the following years. Thanks.